with pleasure around 6 minutes a day. It has dramatically dropped since the age of technology has been advancing. But with it, the scores of SAT reading portion, which can affect your college and your career. Teens should switch the pattern and go back to reading more to help them improve their reading and writing skills. They're better prepared for college and to help them face the challenges of everyday life. Teens have dramatically been reading less. Daily teens read in the 1978. For seniors, they read about in 1978, 60% of seniors read daily. Now, in 2016, that number dropped to a mere 16%. In 2016, also, it might have been a coincidence, but the reading portion on the SAT also dropped. And it was the lowest since it had been recorded since 1972. Reading, one of the problems is that they say that reading for pleasure and reading for school has been a narrow line, and people do not understand the difference. Why is it that reading has dropped for teenagers? One of the huge reasons for why reading has dropped is because they are expected for higher expectations, and higher comprehension is required. They need to think more about what they read instead of enjoying it for the pleasure. They also have less choice to read because in schools you need to understand for a reason. They don't let you just read it for fun. And as you progress, there's also more genres that you can choose from, and they may be difficult to switch between like a bibliography or a fantasy or a whole bunch of different ones. And then there's also different purposes. As before I said that they usually are for school, but they could also be for work or for political reasons that people don't like reading. Having the wrong idea can stop teens from reading for fun, but stopping reading stops the positive surrounding books. Why do teens need to read more for pleasure? It helps them deal with a complex world and help them deal with some problems that they face when they are grown-ups. They also have to know that they are not alone, which they can find in a book by a character or someone who sounds like them. It helps them communicate better with people because it gives them more topics and more range of variety to speak of. It helps them figure out new and different ways to solve problems in their lives. And it also improves their vocabulary and imaginary and writing skills, which can be good for school, but also in your career as you grow up. It helps with your homework, and it also helps in your confidence in speaking, which is something that is needed in today's world. Without reading, teens may find themselves lacking in some necessary topics for school and life, but not reading may have worse effects. In Ray Bradbury's book, Fahrenheit 451, which is a fantasy, it's not real, but he expects that if books are taken away, that they would have no interactions, no conversations, a lack of pleasure in nature, and they might not think independently for themselves. And to go with that, about Mark Arson, and to go with that, in real life, it may be difficult to transfer from a 2-sentence caption on an Instagram post to 5 pages out of an 800-page college textbook in life. The world may become a danger in having individuality if reading is taken out, but you can change that. You can change the records and start reading. So what can you do? You can pick up a book. You can read for school or for pleasure. There's not one topic. You can choose between a picture book if you want to, or you can read a historical novel. you can read as Harper Lee said you can figure out that, like Harper Lee said, until I feared I would lose it, I never loved to read. One does not love reading. There is 3 ways that people experience reading. It could be either said as a need to, for fun, or for need, like they have to read, or their life is something wrong with them because they love it so much. You may argue that reading is boring, but it cannot be. It cannot be said that reading is not important in everyday life. Teens may lose interest because of the high expectations, which leads to not understanding the difference between books for pleasure and books for school. And it doesn't change the fact that books help some teens with everyday problems and solutions, while helping with their future. As you can see, their teens have, as the grade level increases, teens have stopped reading less, and that could greatly affect how teens are in the future. Reading should be increasing, not decreasing. If you want to be your best self, start reading for pleasure again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Give a round of applause. Thank you, Emily. Now we ask that at this time you go ahead and stay put, and if any of you have any questions for Emily at this time, you can go ahead and pose them, and Emily, you can call on the students.
Okay,
Okay, so in grade school, I used to read a lot, but now that I'm in high school, I find it's hard to find time to actually just like sit down and read a book. Do you have any suggestions for that?
They said to like join a book club maybe, and like do it with friends, so when you're spending more time with friends, you might find more time to read with them too. But they didn't really give they didn't give anyone except maybe like reading, like maybe teachers giving like time to read more, but they didn't give a specific reason. Matt?
So what are some books that you would recommend that we read that you've read before?
Books that I recommend? I'm mostly a fantasy person, but so like I love The Naming and The Graceling, 2 books that I'm guessing none of you ever heard of. But like I feel like it just depends on the topic, because I also like historical fiction, which led me to read one about Eliza Hamilton. But like I can't suggest without knowing.
Anyone else? Nope. All right, then let's give a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you.